So, hello po sa lahat. Ito na po yung continuation ng report namin. So, natapos po tayo sa speech recognition. So, itutuloy lang po natin. So, yung speech recognition, ginagamit yung boses natin para makipag-interact sa computer. Tulad po ng mga example sa next slide. So, ito na po si Amazon Alexa, si Google Assistant, and si Apple Siri, and Microsoft Cortana. Next naman po, yung video na to, ipapakita dito kung paano gumagana yung speech recognition.
Xbox sign out. No. Close.
Get out of my way! You freaker! Xbox sign out! Xbox sign out! Get out of my way! I don't want to say this, but whose name is Xbox sign out? Uh-oh.
Slide 45. Positioning, pointing, and drawing are essential aspects of human-computer interaction. Positioning ay ang eksaktong paglocate at paggalaw ng cursor sa screen. Pointing is using the cursor para mag-select ang mag-click ng element sa screen. Drawing naman ay paggawa ng freeform lines or shapes using an input device. Slide 46. The mouse. Ito ay input device na ginagamit para ma-move yung cursor sa screen. This mouse is the first ever mouse na ginawa ni Douglas C. Engelbart in 1964. Slide 47. Sa video naman pong ito, pinapakita kung paano ginagamit ang mouse noon.
The principles for its operation are quite easy to see. If you'll turn it over, Don. Can you hear me, Don? Would you turn it over and we'll see, right. Its principle is that there are two wheels that roll on the surface. But since they're at right angles and kind of sharp edges, one will roll and the other slide in one direction. Each of these wheels controls.
Slide 48. So, this mouse naman is the older version po ng computer mouse. The purpose of this white ball ay i-track ang movement ng mouse sa surface. And slide 49 naman po ang optical mice. Ito naman ay computer mouse na gumagamit ng light source tulad ng LED or LED para ma-detect yung movement ng mouse. Slide 50. Optical mice invented by Richard F. Lyon and Stephen Kirch in 1980. Slide 51. Foot mouse. Foot mouse nga, imbis na kamay ang ginagamit pang-click, dito ay ang feet o paa. This is typically used by people with disabilities. And slide 52, touchpad. Karaniwang ginagamit natin sa laptops. Ito ay may sensor na gumagana tuwing hinahawakan natin yung flat surface nito. And with that, nakokontrol natin kaagad yung cursor sa screen. Slide 53, trackball. Ang kinaibahan nito sa other pointing device ay may bola ito na siyang ginagalaw para makontrol yung cursor. Slide 54, ito naman ang itsura ng trackball. Slide 55, pinapakita rito sa video na ito ang paggamit ng trackball. Ito ay maaaring gamitin ng paglalaro sa online games na pinapakita sa video. Slide 56. Thumb wheels. Usually ay nakikita sa side part o sa gilid ng mouse. From the name itself, ito ay ginagalaw gamit ang thumb o hinlalaking daliri. Slide 57. Joystick. Kadalasan ginagamit para kontrolin ang mga video games at kadalasan ay may isa o higit pang mga push buttons. Slide 58. Makikita sa video na ito kung paano ginagamit ang joystick.
Oh, this is very sensitive, this joystick. Anyway, maybe let's try to take off right here. I am using my proper throttle control for this one, but let's go ahead and take off right here.
Slide 59. Keyboard nipple. Usually ay nakikita sa laptops tulad ng Lenovo ThinkPad Red button siya na makikita sa gitnang parte ng keyboard. Ito ay parang mas pinaliit na mouse. Slide 60. Touch sensitive screen. This allows user to interact with the screen by touching it directly. Karaniwang ginagamit sa smartphone and tablets. A touch sensitive screen is a type of display screen that can detect touch input from a user fingers or stylus pen. This technology allows user to interact with devices through touch gestures like tapping, sweeping, scrolling, and pitching. Slide 61. Stylus and light pen are pointing device used to interact with a digitalizing tablet or touch-sensitive screen. A stylus is a pen-like device that is used to draw or write on a tablet, while a light pen is a pen device that is used to select objects on a display screen by touching them. Slide 62. Ito naman po ang itsura ng stylus pen at light pen. Makikita rin dito kung saan at paano ito ginagamit. Slide 63. Digitalizing tablet. Ang digitalizing tablet is a device used to capture and convert hand-drawn image into digital format. It consists of a flat surface and a stylus or a light pen, which are used to create lines, shape, and other graphic elements. Slide 64 and slide 65. Eye gaze is a technology that allows users to control a computer or other devices by moving their eyes. It uses a special camera to track eye movements, allowing user to move a cursor or select object on a display screen by looking at them. Ang eye gaze po ay ang paggalaw ng cursors using the eye. Slide 66 and slide 67. Cursor keys, also known as arrow keys or navigation keys. Nakikita rin natin ito sa keyboard kapag tayo ay gumagamit. Slide 68. Discrete positioning. Makikita rin ang discrete positioning sa mga TV, remotes, mga old phones, and central joysticks. Slide 69. Display devices. These devices can include computer monitors, televisions, projectors, and mobile devices. Slide 70 and slide 71. Bitmaps. Bitmaps, also known as raster image, are digitalizing image made up of a grid of colored pixel. Each pixel in a bitmap image represents a single color and other they create the image. Slide 72. Jagged and anti-aliasing. Pixelated edges that can occur in bitmaps, images, and fonts. Anti-aliasing is a technique used to smooth out these edges by blending colors or using grayscale pixels. Slide 73. Makikita naman rito ang difference ng anti-aliasing at ng no anti-aliasing. Slide 74. CAD ray tube screen. CRTs are commonly used in older computer monitors and televisions. Slide 75. Ito naman ang itsura ng CAD ray tube or CRT. Slide 76. Health hazard of CRT display. CRT display emit electromagnetic radiation that can be harmful to human health. Slide 77 and slide 78. Liquid crystal display or LCD. LCDs are commonly used to computer, monitors, televisions, and mobile devices. Slide 79. Large display and situated displays. Used for presentation, collaboration, and data visualization. Large displays refers to displays that are larger than traditional computer monitors, while situated displays are displays that are located in a specific environment, such as conference rooms or museums. Slide 80. Makikita natin rito kung anong itsura at saan ginagamit ang large display at situated displays. Halimbawa lang ng large display ay ang malaking bilog o display sa MOA. At ang halimbawa naman ng situated display ay ang ginagamit sa mga kumpanya at yung 3D display sa may Makati. Slide 81. Projector. A projector is a device used to project image or videos onto a screen or wall. Projectors are commonly used for presentation, home theaters, and other multimedia applications. Slide 82. Hermes is a situated display that uses augmented reality technology to overlay information onto physically object in real time. This technology can be used for tasks like navigation, interaction, exhibits, and production demonstrations.
Hello everyone, my name is Peregrino T. Pinto Jr. from BSIT 2K, and my topic is devices for virtual reality and 3D interaction. Positioning in 3D space. Users navigate and manipulate virtual objects in 3D spaces. Movement involves choosing specific orientations and can include twisting and turning objects. Transitioning from traditional 2D to devices to 3D devices involves a shift from 2 degrees of freedom to 6 degrees of freedom. Ito po yung kung saan makokontrol natin ng isang virtual objects in 3D spaces sa pamamagitan ng paggalaw sa real-life spaces. Next naman po is cockpit and virtual control. Pilots and gamers use controls modeled after aircraft cockpits for navigating virtual spaces. Desktop virtual reality often use virtual controls like up, down, or left and right buttons, manipulated using a 2D devices. Ito naman po yung karaniwan nating makikita sa mga laro or sa mga simulations na ginagamit sa pagtuturo o pag-aaral. 3D mouse and positioning devices. 3D mice allow movement in 3 dimensions including rotation, tilting, and twisting. It possesses 6 degrees of freedom, up, down, angle, its left-right orientation called yaw, and the amount it is twisted about its own axis. Gaya po ng nabanggit ko kanina, ito naman po yung devices na ginagamit para i-manipulate o makontrol ang isang virtual object sa isang 3D spaces. Data glove. High-end 3D input device used in VR systems. Consists of a glove with optical fibers along fingers detecting joint or angles. Fiber optic cable bends as fingers bend, and light leakage intensity indicates the degree of bend. Gaya po na nabanggit ko kanina, ito naman po yung devices na ginagamit para i-manipulate o makontrol ang isang virtual object sa isang 3D spaces. Same lang naman po sila ng 3D mouse and positioning devices. Virtual reality helmets. Display 3D world to each eye and track user's head position. Head tracking used to show different parts of the scene as the user's head moves. Some systems utilize head direction for movement and object manipulation, similar to eye gaze systems. VR systems aim to immersive experience resembling real-world movements. Different body movements are tracked to enhance the virtual experience. Tracking users' position using multiple cameras, allowing mapping of every joint. 3D displays in VR. VR uses effects like shadows, occlusion, and perspective on standard screens to create 3D impressions. The ideal would be to be able to look at a special 3D screen and see 3D images. use of polarized filter on monitors, and spectacles with different polarized lenses for each eye.
Avatar.
VR motion sickness. VR systems use sensors in goggles or helmets to produce images corresponding to head movements. Lag exceeding 100 milliseconds can lead to disorienting sensation akin to seasickness. Prolonged exposure to such condition is challenging. Many users cannot endure it for extended periods. Improvement in VR technology is crucial to reducing motion sickness and enhancing user experience. Simulators and VR caves. Some virtual reality systems project the virtual world into the environment, avoiding the use of head-mounted displays. General-purpose rooms known as caves have large displays all around or several back projectors, allowing users to see the virtual world surrounding them. Users in these environments can look around and interact with the virtual surroundings while engaged in the experience.
Paper printing and scanning. Dot matrix printer. Ang dot matrix printer ay ginagamit ito sa pagpiprint ng mga bultuhan na kailangang gawing dokumento. Inkjet and bubble jet printers. Ito yung mga karaniwang nakikita natin ngayon na ginagamit ng mga maliliit na printer shop or printing shop, at ginagamit din ito sa bahay. Laser printers. Ito ang karaniwang makikita sa mga malalaking printing shop, tulad na lang nung piso printing o peso printing na tinatawag nila. Ito rin ang nagpaprocess ng mga libron na nababasa natin sa library. Fonts and page description languages. Nakasulat dito na yung ibang printer ay kayang mag-print ng mga single font mode. Kumbaga, tinatawag na ASCII encoded characters. Ang complex documents ay kayang mag-print ng kahit anong font or drawings na iyong nilagay sa isang dokumento. Ang page description ay isang bitmaps na nagsesend ng isang description language. PostScript. Ang PostScript ay isang programming language na ginagamit sa pagpiprint. Para lang itong programming language na ginagamit natin ngayon para mag-encode. Siya yung kailangan para magkaroon ng language ang isang printing. 7. Font characteristics. Ang font size, ito yung pinakasukat ng mga letra na nakalagay sa dokumento. Font shape and style. Ito naman yung mga name ng font and kung ano yung mga design ng font. Serif and sans serif fonts. Ang serif font ay may maikli at patapos na guhit sa dulo ng mga strokes. Ang sans serif font naman ay may patapos na parisukat na stroke na walang karagdagang guhit. Ang mga halimbawa ng sans serif font ay cursive script, Greek letters, ito yung tinatawag na memory o yung tinatawag na storage. Computer memory levels, nakalagay dito na may primary at secondary storage o mas tinatawag na short term at long term. Capacity and access, ito yung nagbibigay sa atin o nagpapabili sa atin upang ma-access natin yung mga file and kung saan natin nilalagay yung mga dokumento. Impact on interface design, ito yung nag-handle para gumanda o mas mapabilis RAM o tinatawag na random access memory. Ito yung klase ng storage na kung saan hindi permanente. Kung gumagana ang iyong computer, maaaring mailalagay dito yung mga pansamantalang bagay na iyong ginamit. Pero pag pinatay ng computer, mawawala lahat ito. Flash memory. Ito yung karaniwang ginagamit upang ilipat yung mga dokumento na nakalagay sa isang computer sa isang flash memory. Ang tulad nito yung mga USB memory card, long-term memory, magnetic disk. Ito yung mga example ng hard disk drive, floppy disk, or SSD na pinaglalagyan natin ng mga files, while yung optical disc naman, ito yung mga CD o nilalagay sa DVD na ginagamitan ng laser light para lang mabasa ito o malagyan ng dokumento. Ang comparative aspects ng optical disc at magnetic disc ay yung sa magnetic disc, lumalaki yung file na nilalagay. Mas mabilis na lumalaki kaysa kay optical disc. Memory and storage capacity. Mababasa nyo dito na yung memory at ang storage capacity ay pinaglalagyan lamang ng mga dokumento na pasok sa kanilang maximum. Example na dito, kung ang hard disk drive mo is 500 gig, 500 gig din ang iyong malalagay dito ng mga dokumento or files na kailangan ng iyong computer. Nakalagay naman dito yung tungkol sa resolution ng isang monitor. Katulad na lamang ng 512 times 512 resolution. Yun lang. Compression techniques. Sa madaling salita, ang compression yung tinatawag na mas pinapaliit niya yung pinaka-size ng isang file na kung saan para mas marami kang mailagay sa isang storage devices. Pinapaliit nito yung text compression, bitmap compression, tsaka lalo na sa video compression. Storage format and standard. Common data type, ito yung mga text, picture, and video or sound. Text storage, gumagamit ito ng ASCII para sa basic code ng letters. Formatted text storage, ito naman yung may mga font styles na font name, sans serif, and iba pa. Ito yung structured text storage. Napasok dito yung mga SGML and XML. Image storage, ito naman yung pinaglalagyan ng mga picture, icons, at marami pa. Creating new programs, dito yung gagawa ng bagong programs at kung paano mo ito masasave sa isang storage device or method of access. Nakabase dito kung paano mo masasave yung mga size ng files mo. At syempre hindi mawawala dito yung limitation na kailangan na ito lang yung ilalagay sa isang storage device.
Hello, I'm Danilo Jr. Elduya, the presenter of Processing and Networks. The processing. This refers to the computation and manipulation of data by a computer of devices. Central Processing Unit or CPU. Processing involves executing instruction and performing tasks such as calculation, data, transformation, and running software application. The CPU, along with memory and other components, plays a crucial role in processing of data and instruction. Network are the systems that connect multiple devices, enable them to communicate and share information. Computer networks can be local or LAN, connecting devices within a limited area, or wide, connecting devices across the large geographical distances. Networks allow for data transfer, resource sharing, and internet connectivity. the essential for modern communication from local office networks to global internet infrastructure. Next slide is 126. Moore's Law. Moore's Law is an observation that a number of transistors on microchip roughly doubles every 2 years, where it goes half or over the same frame. Gordon Moore's, a co-founder of Intel, Moore's Law implies that computers, machines that run on computers and computing power all become smaller, faster, and cheaper. With time, as transistor or integrated circuit become more efficient. As you can see in the example of speed are getting faster, it is because of number of transistors are being doubled every 2 years. Gordon Moore's states a Moore's law. Next slide. Effect of finite processor speed on user interface. Slide number 127. Speed processing can directly affect the user interface, and it can be taken into account when designing a system. There's a functional error. It means the program made a mistake from processing the mouse button. For example, the system is expected to draw a line but end up mistake since does not check the position of mouse after discovering the button is depressed. It means the user moved the mouse before the start position is recorded. Next effect of slow processing happens when the software completes the task correctly but has a slow delivery. In feedback that may result odd interface consequences. It may buffer user input, the mouse movement, and remembering keystroke to prevent errors. Next slide. Factors limiting interactive system speed. Let's move on to the factor that can limit speed on interactive system. First is computation bound. This is a rare interactive program but possible. The system should be designed so that long delays are not in the middle of interaction, and so that the user gets some idea of how the job is processing. It also provides an indication of duration before start. That means the process are helpful. Next is storage narrowband. If there is a plenty of raw computation power and the system is held up solely by memory and it's possible to trade off memory. Again, processing speed, it can be reduced laziness and affect the speed of memory access with interactive performances. Next slide. 128. Factor limiting interactive system speed. The graphics band. It is easy to underestimate the time taken to perform what appear to simple interface interaction. In modern interface, graphic bands is the most common bottleneck because most computers include a special purpose graphic card. Sometimes a clever coding can reduce the time uses in graphic operation. Lastly, the network capacity. Computers are linked through network and it uses shared files on remote machine. When accessing files, it can be speed of network than memory that limits the performances. Next slide. Network computing. Network computing computers system that we use today are considered are more powerful than computers ago. That can be means standard computer in the desktop is quite capable of high performances. Interaction with it requires to the outside help. Network computing provide the communication between different parties because they are connected in the same network. As well, it allows computer desktop to access resources remotely. This kind of standard computers can increase computing power and the memory since they allowing people much more extensive, faster, and easier access to information. Next slide. Nature of interactivity in network system. The nature of interactivity in network system is characterized by ability user and devices to communicate, collaborate, and exchange data or information over a network. Here are some key aspects of nature of interactive in network system. 1. Real-time communication. 2. Collaboration. 3. Data exchange. 4. Social interaction. 5. Entertainment and media. 6. Security and privacy. Next slide. Internet evolution. The Internet resulted from the effort to connect various research networks in the United States and Europe. First, DARPA stabilized a program to investigate the interconnection of heterogeneous networks. This program, called Interneting, was based on the newly introduced concept of open architecture networking, in which networks with defined standard interfaces will be interconnected by gateways. A working demonstration of the concept was planned, and in 1971 it was called ARPANET. A strong motivation thus existed to connect the packet radio network to ARPANET in order to allow mobile users with simple terminals to access the time-sharing system for which they had authorization.